morning. Welcome to 49ers in 5, your daily update on everything happening with the team that you need to know. I'm Rob Stats Guerrera. Today is Friday, August 11th, 2023. Here's what's happening with your San Francisco 49ers. The first joint practice with the Raiders is in the books. Now, I'm going to get to why Kyle Shanahan had to apologize to Maxx Crosby in a second. But first, I just want to run down the injuries because they are lengthy. So forgive me if I have to look at my notes. First, George Kittle is out this week with an adductor injury. That's the same injury that has Elijah Mitchell on the sidelines. Dre Greenlaw left practice early with a hamstring injury. Drake Jackson did not participate in practice because of a hamstring. Danny Gray was sore, so they kept him out as a precaution. And the big news, Ray McCloud broke his wrist earlier in the week. That's going to need surgery. He will be out for around 8 weeks after surgery later today. More on how that will affect the rest of the roster a little bit later in the show. But afterwards, Kyle Shanahan said he needed to apologize to Maxx Crosby. So why, Kyle? What happened?
I wanted to apologize to him because we were kind of dicks to him shouldn't say that, but we were kind of jerks to him in our interview when he came out of college. And he's really one of the coolest dudes I've been around or seen, and he's one of the best players in this league, so it's cool to catch up with him.
Hold on, I'm not understanding something. Why were you such jerks to Maxx Crosby?
It was Chris Eric's first interview, and he had been some other places where they liked to kind of attack the guys a little bit, see and rattle them. That's not totally our style. And that was the first one up. And after, like, John was trying to touch his leg, like, Chris, chill out a little bit. And after, he was like, what'd I do? Like, we don't really do that. He's like, sorry, my last coach really wanted me to do that way. So, and he did it to, like, the coolest dude. So we always tell him that was all Chris, not us. So.
Oh, man, I would love to be a fly on the wall for those interviews, but you got to love the honesty from Kyle Shanahan, right? By the way, speaking of honesty, here's Brock Purdy after practice talking about the state of his arm and how other players are asking him about it.
A lot of guys that I've talked to, like, how you doing, how you feeling and stuff, so just catching up. And so, yeah, I tell them, where I'm at. Just still trying to, work my way up in terms of volume, velocity, and throwing at practice and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, a lot of people are interested and curious and stuff, but they mean it in a great way and in great intent, just to check up and see how I'm doing. So.
Are you satisfied with where you're at?
Yeah. In terms of my arm and everything. Yeah, my arm feels great. Just still building back-to-back days and trying to gain all the strength that I can back from obviously just the rehab process of things, and I feel really confident.
He's still working his way back. And remember, technically, we're still in the late stages of Brock Purdy's rehab. So let's just keep that in mind as we approach the first preseason game and, of course, the lead up to the regular season. We always give you one thing to read, one thing to watch, and one thing you might have missed. One thing to read on this Friday. ESPN has a list of 5 trades that should happen before week 1. And you'll never guess which 49ers player is on it. If you want to see what the proposed trade is, click the link to the article in the description of this episode. And I apologize for forgetting it yesterday early on. I did put it back in, and I replied to as many of your comments putting it in as possible. So forgive me. I swear to God, it's going to be there today. One thing to watch, as I said earlier, Ray McCloud is going to be out. So who's going to return kicks, Kyle Shanahan?
We try all our guys that return. Danny may be a little more of a kickoff guy than a punt return guy, but yeah, we do. It doesn't happen much, but kickoffs are a little easier to catch. Punt is a different deal. So you got to make sure first and foremost that you got a guy out there who's comfortable with it. We know we have that. I mean, Kyle Juszczyk is one of the most comfortable natural punt return catchers there is, but hopefully we have a few other guys before our fullback is out there, but. Yeah, he can do it too. So it'll be an open competition, and it'll be fun to watch.
Wait. Hang on. You're telling me Juice can block like a fullback, catch like a wide receiver, and now he can return punts?
And he can go to Harvard too, so it's impressive.
One thing you may have missed, Kyle also confirmed yesterday that if the Niners had won the NFC Championship game against the Eagles, that the plan was to bring 40-year-old Phillip Rivers out of retirement in the Super Bowl to face the Chiefs. And I don't know about you, but that would have been an incredible 2-week run before the Super Bowl. Can you imagine what that have been like if Phillip Rivers is coaching some high school team, then all of a sudden he's got to suit up for the Super Bowl? But Shanahan said that was the actual plan if it had happened. Alas, it didn't. We all know what did happen, and it was ugly. But what could have been, right? That's a wrap on today's 49ers in 5. Please rate, review, and follow the Gold Standard Podcast Network. I'm Rob Stats Guerrera. Enjoy your Friday and your weekend, everybody. We'll talk on Monday.